A very good morning to you. How are you doing? It's midweek. It's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Happy midweek to everybody who's tuned in this morning. I hope you're having a great day. It's very, very cold and I hope you're keeping warm. Please layer up. Me wearing this today is just me being selfish and just being like, I just need more warmth. So I hope you layer up today and just keep warm. Drink up some warm fluids. It's really is chilly. Welcome to Full Circle with Mwikali, with me, Mwikali, of course. And we have an amazing show lined up for you. We'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching us from this morning? 111 that is our SMS line. Just get texting, be part of the conversation, send in your comments. It's just going to cost you 1 shilling. On social media, catch us at Switch TV KE, Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. It's Mwikali Mary on Twitter and Instagram, Mwikali Mary on Facebook. Now, if you are looking to get into a relationship, then let me tell you one thing that will happen. There will be conflicts. How you deal with the conflicts, now that is what you need to know. How to handle the fights that come with a relationship, because they will come. So we'll be talking about that later on. If you're looking to get into business, how do you become an amazing entrepreneur, a successful one at that? We'll be hosting one successful entrepreneur in the building today, and it's a Wednesday. That means Decaplo Fitness will be gracing us with one of their workout sessions, and we continue a conversation that started on Monday with, not Monday actually, started last week with Dr. Wale. So stand by for all of that. Right now though, let's take a look at the quote of the day, and today's quote is from Michelle Obama. It says, "Our greatness has always come from people who expect nothing and take nothing for granted. Folks who work hard for what they have, then reach back and help others after them." I'm going to read that again. "Our greatness has always come from people who expect nothing and take nothing for granted. Folks who work hard for what they have, then reach back and help others after them." We rise by lifting others. So you, by virtue of you have gotten to the place that you wanted to get to, you looking back and holding the hand of somebody else who's trying to get to where you are, that is greatness. So do not be happy to just be there alone. If you can do something for somebody today to just help them get to that place that they want to be, give, not expecting something back. Don't be a taker. Just give, because in giving, that is where your blessings lie. Let's start our very first conversation of the day. It's time for Good morning, Dr. Wale.
Good morning, Mukari. How are you this morning?
I am fantastic. I am glad we're here today. It's very cold, and you know why I'm saying this very loudly. It's very, very cold in Nairobi. But it's okay. It's okay. We're going to brace it. We're going to brace it. It's
Yes.
okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. We have a kicker today. Get into the practical bit of what we have been talking about from last week, and I'm excited, really excited to see how that goes. I will not be interrupting you. I'll just let you fly with it.
All right. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Great to be here again. And so far, we've established that human beings are attracted to what is familiar. And we looked at that deeply yesterday. And you say, how do you identify what you have been familiar with? And one of the simple things that I've said is have a meeting with yourself, identify the patterns in your life, because those patterns represent a window to what your subconscious has been up to. And the beautiful thing, like I said, is you have 100% control over the software, so you can change the program. Many counselors talk about, oh, maybe you have a habit you want to kick, and they are focused on how to stop smoking, to stop doing ABC. But I found out that that's just addressing the fruit, not the root. All right. And, I used to smoke. I smoked very heavily for close on to 20 years. And every January, it was my resolution that I am going to stop smoking, but on the 1st of January by 4 p.m., in fact, sometimes by midday, I had broken my resolution. Then I just moved it to the next year that, okay, we'll continue with this next year. All right. But one of the things I learned is that you need to go to the root. Why was I smoking? When was I smoking? What are the triggers of my habit? And what does that habit represent to me? When I have done that evaluation, then I can begin the process of change. Now, so true change must originate from inside. Okay, like we said, the greatest trigger when we talk of patterns, of negative patterns, is inside you. How do you feel about yourself? Self-representation. Let's take an issue of abusive relationships, which I talked about, that some people find themselves in that cycle. Now, I remember a case where this young girl growing up had her favorite aunt, who was such a nice person, but was abused. All right. And so that experience planted something in her that if such a nice, wonderful aunt, who is my role model, can go through this, how can I escape it? And you see, that's how belief systems begin to grow. Or if, like me, you have lovely parents, who are nice, but who had very, very limiting beliefs about finances. All right? Now, so you find out that you grow up with that. And I've said it over and over, when my mom will say things like, come on, no, money does not grow on trees, or you don't know how these people got their money, planting a seed that there was a connection between success and failure, that behind every great success, there is an undetected crime. Those were the mindsets. Now, listen, this is very interesting. You may be hearing something without listening to it. I grew up in an Anglican church. I was not listening to memorize hymns, but I heard it over and over and over that today I am a guru when it comes to hymns. So I was not consciously going to learn or memorize hymns, but it was because I was exposed to that. That is exactly how a lot of us got programmed with the mindsets we have. We heard things, even if we were not consciously listening, these things settled in our subconscious and became our deep-seated beliefs. And these beliefs now become the drivers of our lives. So to free yourself, you now have to do a conscious programming. Now, this is not like a computer where you can just delete and empty the recycle bin. No, no, no. In the case of your mindset, you have to consciously install a new program that overrides the existing one. Consciously install a new program that overrides the existing one. So to do that, we need to find out, how did we get programmed in the first place? Do the things that went through our ears and our eyes. That's how we got programmed in the first place. So we now need to consciously change those things. And one of the easiest ways is now create your own mental playlist that aligns with where you want to be. You can say it out and you can record it. And guess what? Play it. The good thing is that with all these gadgets we have today, you can record it, that I am prospering every day. I'm getting better. Life favors me. Doors open for me. Just declare your own playlist. I am deserving of good things. I am deserving of a great relationship. I'm deserving of financial prosperity. I am deserving of great health. Now, your mind needs to hear this over and over and over. Make sure that you are watching things that reinforce that. My children know if they want me to watch a movie, they say, oh, there's this billionaire. Now, Wale will watch it. Watch things, read books Look at things that will constantly reinforce that. But most importantly, have your mental playlist that is, do you know, even when you are sleeping, your subconscious is hearing things. It's awake. That's why there have been cases of people who are in a coma, but they can hear. So make sure you do that. Now, somebody might say, Wale, come on, this is over dramatic. I would rather be labeled as over dramatic and live the life of my dreams than be labeled as politically correct and you are struggling. So these are proven ways, very simple. And that's why a lot of people miss it, because it's so simple. So create your own mental playlist. Create a playlist for relationships, create a playlist for finances, create a playlist for your health and all that. If you need help in that, hit me up on social media. I can guide you. Follow us on Facebook, The Street University. There is an extensive teaching on this, on that platform. Follow me on Twitter at Wale Akinyemi and on Instagram, Real Wale Akinyemi. All right, so guys, go reprogram yourself.
Thank you so much, Wale. So we have a question here just before I let you go.
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Now you're back.
Oh, I'm back. I think we've lost Wale. The sound. I think I can't. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it goes off after you start speaking.
Okay, so Wale, um, when you say that you stopped smoking, is it something that you did immediately? What was the processes for you to stop smoking?
It was not easy. It was not easy, and that's why I said you have to do the anatomy of the habit. A lot of people focus on the habit. You have to look at the anatomy of the habit. Why were you smoking? What were the conditions that triggered it? Now I realized I smoked when I was stressed. I smoked when I was bored. I smoked when I was happy. I smoked when I saw somebody else smoking. So basically, I smoked all the time. So what did I now have to do? I had to figure out, how do I isolate these triggers? Okay? So, for instance, what substitute, what alternative habit can I introduce? All right? And this is for smoking, but the same thing for reprogramming your mind. So, for me, and don't laugh at me, Mikali, because my alternative habit then was chewing gum. But this was many, many years ago. So, I always carry chewing gum with me, and I avoided the company of my fellow smokers of before, because anytime I smelled tobacco, that was a trigger. And anytime I was stressed, I now had an alternative trigger. I began to develop, substitutes. All right. So I'm able to isolate, I identify the triggers that made me do that, and then find substitute for those triggers. All right. This is a whole session on its own, but I hope that person gets that answer. And it doesn't happen overnight, okay? It's going to be continuous. And so even as I am doing all those things, I'm also reinforcing that I am in control of my life. I live my life on my own terms. I am not a slave to any habit. I choose what I want to do. I have control over what I want to do. So all of them are working hand in hand, okay?
Wale. And we are taking a very short commercial break. We will be right back.